Welcome to Sports Tonight. I'm Cecilia Omogbe in Lagos.
It's always a delight to have you join us to talk sports. In London, I'm Austin Okonapan.
Yes, today it's going to be a very, very fantastic show because Nigeria at the Paralympic Games, they've started rolling in the medals. Tijani had to break the deadlock early hours of this morning. And of course, we'll also be talking about the UEFA Champions League, Austin, Barcelona, Barcelona, Bayern Munich again in the same group. You're also having PSG and Man City again in the same group. And of course, we got our group of death, which happens to be Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, AC Milan, FC Porto. I don't know what UEFA were thinking. What is a draw? So it's anybody's luck. And of course, the Super Eagles team is finally out. We've been waiting for it. 30 players for the game for next week, Friday. I don't know how Gennett Raw is going to cope with that. But that's not our headache because he get paid the big money.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the list, and Cecilia, it's not anything to crack the head about. Coach General understands the mission, but I think the worry for them is to see if that condition about not traveling to the red zones will be a problem. If that will be a problem, the players from England will not be able to go to Cape Verde, and so they need to find a way to work it out. But I think there are just some few names we've not really heard about in that list. And Coach General, we know him so well. He loves his regulars. He's going to stick with his regulars, and that's what it will be. So we'll just wait to see how things will unfold. It's for the Qatar 2022 World Cup. The qualifiers are here, and I'm sure it's time for us to get into serious business. We had a coach on the show, I think it was same last week, Thursday, and he said, look, while we're talking about the AFCON, he's got his attention on the World Cup qualifiers, and with this now, we know that it's serious business. And you spoke about the UEFA Champions League. What a story, that Group B. I said, I was like, oh my goodness, what's going on, But we're glad the Champions League is back, and it's definitely get us talking tonight, Cecilia.
Obviously, and of course, we will not be doing all the talking alone, you and me, Austin. Bolu Omoni, a sports journalist, is right here with me in Lagos studio. Bolu, good evening. How are you doing?
Good evening. Good to be here again. Looking at the general list, people will tell you the game is next month. But when you remember next month is about a week ago, okay, we need to be scared. And the UEFA Champions League, I think nobody will argue Group B is the group of death. Lots of Champions League winners in that group. AC Milan, unfortunately, may not even qualify for Europa League. Okay. That's the beauty of the Champions League.
All right. Austin, so we have to go to Germany and London. That's where our guest will be joining us to take a comprehensive review of what the Champions League is looking like, especially with those tough groups. We are going to be having at the group stage Manchester City and PSG. And the story that Cristiano Ronaldo might just move to Manchester City is making it all looking so big, having these two teams playing at the group stage of the UEFA Champions League. That's the final we want to see. But then we're already getting that love from the group stage.
Cecilia, I love it so much because that's unfinished business right there, Manchester City doing what they did against PSG last season. And so there's some level of bad blood, and that's why that fixture really get us talking. But yes, you said we've got some guys who will talk about this thing, this UEFA Champions League with us tonight. So we'll be going to Germany, where Omar Katuba is standing by, and of course, Birmingham in the United Kingdom, where we have our football enthusiast, Adam Williams, also standing by. So guys, if you guys are ready, let's jump into the conversation. It's the UEFA Champions League big night after we had the draw. Let's find out what got you talking. I also want to invite our viewers into the conversation also. Let's have fun talking about the UEFA Champions League. So if Omar Katuba is ready and Adam Williams, guys, good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Yes, good to be on Sports Tonight, this night. It's a great feeling. Champions League draws made. Everyone is excited. Ronaldo on the verge of joining Manchester City. He's going back to Manchester, but not to the red side of Manchester. That will create absolute, how do I put it, bad blood in Manchester. We know how connected Ronaldo is to Manchester, and now he's returning there, but to the blue side of Manchester. Oh my God, that would be unacceptable to Manchester United fans. But this is football. For footballers, it is business as usual. For the fans, it's all about emotions. But again, that is the game. The game must go on.
That's what it is, and I love it so much. So I'll let the games begin. Adam Williams is right here in the United Kingdom, but he's in Birmingham. Adam, it's good to have you on Sports Tonight.
It's great to be here, and there are so many different stories up and down the Champions League, but you've got to look at that Manchester City and PSG group stage game as kind of the highlight so far. They're the two favourites, and PSG, they've already got their main man in Lionel Messi. They want to win that Champions League in the year that they also host the World Cup, the Qataris that own PSG. That being said, Manchester City, they really want to come back after their heartbreak last year against Chelsea. So it's going to be interesting, and we will see what happens.
We will see what happens. Let's go back to Omar Katuba. Omar Katuba, so we're waiting to see if Cristiano Ronaldo is going to make that move to Manchester City. And if he does, it puts more vibe on that PSG Man City game because it's going to be Messi and Ronaldo again.
Of course, it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Fans are already salivating, already looking forward to that fixture because Messi and Ronaldo playing against each other is always a beautiful thing to see, and that will be an amazing fixture. And don't also forget that both teams have got incredible ambitions. They are both supported by Arab billionaires, and you know the battle currently going on, the diplomatic row between Qatar and the United Arab Emirates. This time around is going to be a battle of balls and not guns. Interesting. And when you have Ronaldo on one side, Messi on one side, it makes the battle all the more interesting. And don't forget that Man City beat PSG on their way to the final of last season's Champions League. So PSG will have revenge at the back of their mind. And coming for this game with Messi, it shows they have gotten themselves more prepared for the Champions League this season. Because for PSG, that is the biggest thing on their minds. They want to win the Champions League, and they have made it clear season in, season out, as they continue to recruit players, because that Champions League for them is a major target in their quest to become a more viable brand globally. Of course, PSG is already doing well globally. Digitally, their numbers are rising. With the signing of Messi, they are now competing with some of the digital giants in football like Barcelona, Manchester United, Real Madrid. Messi joining them takes a lot of Barcelona and adds so much to them, not just off the pitch, also on the pitch. All these we're going to see also come to fruition, I beg your pardon, when the Champions League begins. And look at that group. PSG, Man City, and of course Leipzig.
Leipzig has been decent in the last 2-3 years.
Not a team to write off. So that looks like an interesting group, and we can't wait for the very best of football again in the Champions League.
Let's not forget Chelsea.
To get into the conversation, let me just ask Adam this. So, Adam, when you take a look at the draw, was it fairly okay for English teams?
I think that the happiest team will be Manchester United. They don't have as many threats around. You could say similarly with Chelsea, although Chelsea have to take on Zenit, who host the final, so they will have extra motivation. Let's not forget, Chelsea are the reigning champions. They've also got Lukaku, who performed in his debut at the weekend, scored, as he usually does on a debut. So that's going to be exciting. And box office as well. If Chelsea can get in the mix with Man City, PSG. And United could go on a run. They had heartbreak last year with the Europa final not going their way. And as we said in Group A, let's not discount RB Leipzig. Red Bull are big players in international sport. Whatever they do, they're serious. Yeah. And they got through to the semi-final last season. So you've got to expect that they'll put up a challenge as well. There could be an upset. Who knows?
Yeah, there will be an upset. I can see it already, and I love the oddity. So let's go to Lagos. Cecilia, what do you guys think? You, Bolu, you guys have different views?
Obviously, but then let's just take a look at, for those of you that haven't seen the draw yet, let's just, take a look at all the draws, all the teams the clubs that your teams will be facing. Let's take a look at that first. I'm going to ask Bolu some questions right here. But he talked about Chelsea, the father. Maybe Chelsea will just continue on their run. We'll see about that. But then in Group A, you have Manchester City, PSG, RB Leipzig, who actually took Manchester United out at the group stage last season for them to get into Europa League last season. Club Brugge is also in that Group A. In Group B, you have Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, FC Porto, and AC Milan. That's what everyone has termed the group of death. More like the most difficult group because each of these teams, they've won the Champions League before. Let's go over to Group C. What do we have in Group C? It's another very funny group. You have Sporting Lisbon, Borussia Dortmund, Ajax, and Besiktas. Then in Group D, you have Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Shakhtar Donetsk, and of course, Trabzonspor. That's another team that make up that group. Inter Milan and Real Madrid, of course, are the team to look out for. And in Group E, you have Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Benfica, Dynamo Kyiv. And in Group F, you have Villarreal, Manchester United, Atalanta, and the Young Boys. And everyone is saying Manchester United are in a very lucky group. Boli's going to tell me about that if they're really that lucky. Lille, Sevilla, Salzburg, and of course, Wolfsburg are in Group G. And in Group H, you have Chelsea, Juventus, Zenit St. Petersburg, and Malmo. Now, if you check the history of the UEFA Champions League, I'm talking about Chelsea now. Chelsea happens to be the only reigning champion, yes, that failed to make it out of the group stage, and that happened in 2012 and 2013 season, where they had to drop down to Europa League, and they ended up winning that. So we don't know if that's going to happen this round, but then if you take a look at the group that they're in, you would say that group, it's kind of easy because the only team they need to contend with is Juventus. And remember, Juventus may not be having Cristiano Ronaldo when the Champions League starts.
Well, I don't think same thing will happen, but some persons are already seeing a bad future for Tuchel. It's definitely beef of, because he won 6 months. The last Chelsea manager that did it was sacked, this and that. But I think Chelsea should pull through. But for those say United have an easy run, they probably not followed Atalanta. Yeah. And they forgot Villarreal defeated United in Europa League final. Fine, this time no penalties, but whatever happens to be settled with that first leg or second leg. It could go either way, maybe draws, but these guys know how to play draw in the Champions League. Yes. Villarreal United, they are used to playing either goalless draw or 1-1. So it's not definitely going to be an easy run for United that they walk through. But again, the group everyone should watch out for is Group B. Atletico Madrid can qualify, Liverpool can qualify, Porto can qualify. Same thing for AC Milan. Remember, the Portuguese league is now the 5th ranked team, higher than the French league. So the teams there are not just walk over for people thinking, they'll just walk around them. And the interesting group is also Group D. 3 of those guys were in the same group last season, and it was very tough. Real Madrid sweat. They oversweat to qualify from that group. And again, that's the beauty of the Champions League. You see the draws. The draws are already attractive enough. Then when you start watching the games, you definitely change your mind with 1 or 2 other teams. Yeah.
Okay, let me go to Birmingham. No, not Birmingham, Germany. I'm going to talk to Omar this time around, Omar Katugba. Now, if you look at your team, I mean, I know you have a soft spot for Barcelona. Barcelona and Bayern again. I mean, they haven't recovered from what happened. And they're in the same group stage again. How will Barcelona navigate against Bayern Munich? Of course, there is no Lionel Messi anymore. And if you take a look at that squad, what happened at the weekend, Barcelona happens to be a team that is just struggling to get results.
For the first time, the world will experience a Barcelona without Lionel Messi. And it's going to be interesting to see how they navigate that group. Of course, Bayern Munich are regular customers. They played Bayern a couple of times in the Champions League, and both teams are already excited about the draws as their Twitter handles have been basically teasing each other ahead of the game. Bayern, they've been absolutely difficult for Barcelona in recent times, and we remember the 8-2 drubbing of Barcelona, even with Messi, that sent the internet into rapture, and a lot of persons 8-2 Barcelona take on Bayern. So it looks like a game that will be very difficult. Barcelona are trying to leave without Messi. 2 games in La Liga, 1 win, 1 draw. Against Athletic Bilbao, even with Messi, is always a difficult game. We saw them show some brilliance against Real Sociedad, showing that they want to live a life without Messi and cope. So against Bayern will be a true test of the Barcelona without Messi. It promises to be exciting. Bayern, on the other hand, have as well not been excellent since winning the Champions League 2 seasons ago. They've been neither here nor there. So I think that both teams are in kind of a new era. and that would make it kind of a balanced game. Barca without Messi, Bayern still with Lewandowski, of course, have the advantage, but this is Barcelona, a team with a rich history.
History, we'll see what that would do. Talking about teams with rich history, let me quickly go to Birmingham. Adams, for you, Liverpool, that group, can Liverpool really get out of the group? Because you're looking at AC Milan, you're looking at Atletico Madrid, you're looking at FC Porto. These teams, they've won the Champions League before. So it will be difficult for Liverpool to navigate because of what happened to them last season. Although this season, yes, they've started so well. They've won their first 2 games. Well, the Liverpool we're seeing now is not the Liverpool you can really trust.
We spoke about how Manchester United are going to be happy with that group, that they've got Liverpool, one of their biggest rivals, not so. I can see an upset going on there. There's some huge competitors in that group. At least Liverpool now have Virgil van Dijk back to kind of add that layer of defence at the back, something they didn't have last season. You might want to think about how teams are going to be challenging for certain competitions. Now, you saw yesterday how Arsenal, they're not looking good in the league, but they really pushed hard in the League Cup. Now, Liverpool, they might think, actually, we've not got as much of a chance in the league with Manchester City and Chelsea and even Manchester United. We're really going to push in this Champions League battle. So they might throw more of their resources in that area. And it's a risk if they do that, especially given who's in the group. If they can pull it off, then I can see Liverpool being some dark horses and knocking about. We always have some English teams in the last few rounds of the Champions League. That seems to be the case as of the last few seasons, and it will be interesting to see whether they can overcome that challenge.
So you're thinking we're going to be having all the English teams, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City and Manchester United, all of them progressing from the group stage?
I mean, of course, English fans would like that, but it's difficult to say, especially when PSG have as strong a side as they have. There's also other teams that you can't discount, such as Bayern Munich. Although Robert Lewandowski, that's an interesting one, given that he said that he wants to pursue other challenges. There's a few days left of the transfer market being open. So while there are twists and turns within the Champions League, there are also twists and turns within the boardrooms, behind the scenes in European football. So it's not over until the fat lady sings, as they say. So, yes, we will have to see.
Yeah,
we'll wait to see.
We'll wait to see. So while we talk about these so-called big guys, let's also talk about some of those guys that can create upsets. So, Omar, when you take a look at the teams, I know we've mentioned RB Leipzig, and they've been showing some progression, I think, in the last 2-3 years. FC Porto got us talking last season. Borussia Dortmund, to an extent, got us talking. And you look at the list this year, tell me one of those teams that we can have a peep to say, they can create some upsets for us.
Villarreal. They reached the Europa Cup final last season. They beat Manchester United, as a matter of fact. You know, that's why I quickly want to chip this in. When the guy in Birmingham said United they are lucky. I think the luckiest English team is Chelsea. With all due respect to Zenit St. Petersburg and the other team in that group, these are bang average teams. The only team in that group where Chelsea found themselves that has something to really offer is Juventus. And Juventus are really not in shape. When you go by current form, Chelsea is a far better side than Juventus. How much more the other two teams? So Chelsea are absolute clear favorites in that group. But Manchester United have got to watch out. Villarreal are dangerous. Villarreal are stubborn. Atalanta are dangerous. We know what Atalanta. That's another team that can create an upset. They almost did, I think, 2 seasons ago. They showed flashes. Yeah. They held their own against big teams. That's a team that we must watch out for. Another team is Ajax of Amsterdam. We saw them almost reach the final 2 seasons ago. It was on the last minute of that game,
I know, so painful.
That Lucas Moura changed the entire situation of that game. So Ajax is another team that we must look out for. Ajax, Villarreal, Atalanta, and of course, chief of them all, Borussia Dortmund. They are always in the mix.
Okay, we know. Support your region. That's it, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We'll go on this quick break now. When we come back, how can you win 3 European titles in 1 month and don't win the Player of the Year? We'll talk about the UEFA Awards, so don't go anywhere. Stay. Sports Tonight on your award-winning sports loving Channels Television. We're taking a look at the UEFA Champions League. The draw has been done, and we've got analysts in Lagos, in Germany, and of course right here in the United Kingdom, in Birmingham. Adam Williams is also talking to us. We're breaking down the analysis. But it's not just the draw ceremony that went down today. When talking about European football, there was also the UEFA Awards. So let's go to Cecilia in Lagos. Cecilia, let me hand it over to you. I was so sure, yes, N'Golo Kante had a good season. Some persons actually wanted him to go on to win, but look, it is what it is, Jorginho, and this year was for Jorginho. Give it to him.
Yes, it was his year, and that's why he emerged as the UEFA Player of the Year. I don't know those who are arguing about that, because you can't win European Championship and you win the Champions League and in fact, the UEFA Super Cup also, and you don't get to win that. Yes, he played with N'Golo Kante, but then Italy, they are the champions of Europe. And Jorginho, we knew he played every single game. He started every single game of that. So I think, well deserved. But let's just take a look at that, the winners of the UEFA Player of the Year Awards. Right. Now, starting with Player of the Year, of course, Jorginho for Chelsea. Coach of the Year, Thomas Tuchel of Chelsea. Goalkeeper of the Year, Edouard Mendy from Chelsea, expectedly. And the only difference is Ruben Dias, of course, of Manchester City, who won Defender of the Year. And for Midfielder of the Year, N'Golo Kante got that one. And you have Forward of the Year, you have Erling Haaland, who got that of Borussia Dortmund because of the goals he scored in the Champions League. And of course, for the women, Alessia Putellas of Barcelona, she won that Player of the Year. Coach of the Year went to Luis Cortes, that's also of Barcelona. Goalkeeper of the Year, Sandra Pinus, also of Barcelona, because they won the Champions League, and that's the reason for that. Defender of the Year, of course, went to Paredes of PSG. Midfielder of the Year went to Alessia Putellas, and Forward of the Year went to Jennifer Hermoso. I was thinking Jennifer Hermoso would be winning the Player of the Year, but somehow she won the Forward of the Year. She had 31 goals for Barcelona. I keep saying she's the reason why Asisat is not usually starting for Barcelona, because of the numbers of goals she scores every time she is playing. Let me quickly go to Omar. Were you surprised by this result? By this award, the players who won, could it have been different? Maybe someone from Manchester City or any other clubs that could have, that could have been able to get any of those awards?
Well, usually the team that wins the tournament gets most of its players winning the awards. It's standard. The only thing that is quite confusing is the fact that someone won the Player of the Tournament who is a midfielder and couldn't win the Midfielder of the Tournament award. It's a case of the more you look, the less you see. But I think that he won that award based on his general contribution to the team. Jorginho was more like a leader in the Chelsea team and, of course, the Italian national team. And you look at what he did in general, he conquered Europe twice, both for club, twice for club, and once with the Italian national team. So overall, I think that he did much more than just in his area of specialization, which is the midfield. But looking at a midfielder who, in terms of playing the midfield role, was all-encompassing, perhaps N'Golo Kante, difficult to argue against him, but Jorginho did much more than just playing in his midfield role. He also acted more as a leader for the Chelsea team. And when you consider the fact that 5 years ago, this same dude was playing in the 5th or 4th division in Italy,
yes,
it makes it all the more incredible. And also, the goalkeeper of Chelsea, Edouard Mendy, was also coming from almost same circumstance. Today is the best goalkeeper in Europe. Interesting.
Chelsea just know how to harness a talent, you will say. Omni is right here, in the studio. I mean, you saw the winners of the awards. Are you surprised by any of it, or is there any player you feel that should be there that's not part of the award?
Well, I'll start from where Omar started from. It's always weird where I tell people if I'm the best in the world, automatically I should be the best in my category.
Okay.
So it's always weird when Jorginho is the best player in the world in Europe, and Kante had a wonderful season, one man of the match, back to back against Real Madrid in the quarter and everything. But if the best player in the world is in his position, you don't. Some persons call it maybe compensation since you can't win this. Remember in England where people thought De Bruyne would win best player, couldn't win. They had to create another award playmaker. It looks like that, but I believe if Jorginho is the best player in Europe, which I think he deserved, like Omar say, Jorginho is not one of the flashy players you see, but I saw his statistics for both Champions League and Euros. He was either first or second in everything. Interception, completed passes, and also when you see players that are not the flamboyant style of players, they are not the dribbling kind of players, people underrate them. That's why people focus too much on Ronaldo and Messi alone, expecting every player in the world to score 50 goals. But no, sometimes when you take time to look at the players that the cameras are not on, especially for those that watch them live, focus on those, their off-the-ball movements and all, you would appreciate them more. So I think Jorginho deserves for his impact with both Chelsea and Italian national team. He may end up not winning Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or looks far. Sometimes we remember what happened between August and December. But again, I think everyone was well deserved. Like you rightly said, except maybe the women's player. I thought Hermoso was going to win. I thought she was the next best thing to Barcelona. But again, it's by votes. And the people that had the highest votes believe she deserves it.
Yeah, that's
I thought Asa could have won it.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I think they're counting the goals. This will happen. Adam, let me quickly go to you in this. Do you have a different view? Because Austin's got a different view. I mean, Boli's got a different view. Ahmed's having a different view. For you, could it have been N'Golo Kante winning the best player in the world, or maybe Jorginho winning both? I'm talking to Adam Williams now. If you can get him on to quickly react to this, if he's having a different opinion concerning who should have won it, maybe Jorginho and N'Golo Kante just winning everything and not kind of dividing it, trying to please both parties, because these guys were really great for their club and country in this year.
For me, I think that N'Golo Kante is one of the best players in the world. He's one of the most underrated players. But the crucial thing that I am seeing from that list that we saw there is that there are a lot of Chelsea players. So it's no wonder that they are in such a good position. And it's no wonder that whenever I bump into a Chelsea fan on the street, they've got a smile as wide as anything. The thing to remember is that these awards are down to opinions. Everyone's got an opinion. It's like a nose. But at the same time, the nose tells us something. And these awards tell us something. Chelsea have an incredible team. And the interesting thing is that the striker was not a Chelsea player. That might have been the missing piece last season. We'll see whether that's still the case this time around.
Okay, beautiful. So I think that does it with the awards. Awards can be like that. They're always controversial, but somebody must win them. Guys, let's wrap up this segment talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. So Ronaldo and Messi, it's about, so they're talking about you, they're not talking about me, so they need to start talking about me now. So we just finished talking about Messi going to PSG. Now, Omar, it's almost done. I'm just trying to wonder how massive of a deal it would be for Manchester City if they get to sign Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes, it will be a massive deal, especially off the pitch. I mean, with all due respect, I mean, Ronaldo is one of the most prolific, perhaps for many, the best player in the history of football, for many. He scored about 100 goals in about 130 appearances for Juventus. That is a 36-year-old striker, still scoring much more than every other striker in the world. That says a lot about the qualities of this fantastic footballer. Let's not also forget his image. PSG, Manchester United are massive PR machines. They need assets like Ronaldo, Messi to boost whatever they are trying to build. So for Man City, like you asked, is going to be a massive addition to their team on and off the pitch, because Ronaldo brings a lot. Ronaldo is a fighter. Ronaldo wants to win at all costs. And going to England, Ronaldo likes to prove that everywhere he goes, he will win. And let's be honest, if he goes to Man City, he stands a very good chance of winning the EPL again because Man City, season in, season out, since the Arab billionaires invested in that club, have become favourite to win the EPL, and the results are clear for everyone to see. So Ronaldo will just add that impetus to the already fantastic Man City team. We know that they are in the hunt for a striker. They've not been able to get Harry Kane. Jesus is not an elite striker. So having Ronaldo in that team would make it a complete team. And then Man City can now say, yes, we can now comfortably compete for the Champions League. It's going to be a massive win. And like you said, at least Ronaldo can now have peace. Because somehow, since Messi joined PSG, Ronaldo has been unsettled.
It's just Messi.
Yes, he's been unsettled. So going to Man City will bring him back in the front burner and put him in the headlines. Again, I will get social media to keep talking about him. So he's going to do a lot for his confidence, for his pride, and his ego. We know Ronaldo. We know the kind of person that he is.
Let me get Adam in 1 minute so I wrap this up. Adam, it will be a second coming for Cristiano Ronaldo if he makes it to Man City. But when you look at him, does he have anything to prove again?
He's got nothing to prove, but he's got a lot that he can win. He wants to win the Champions League. The best players go to the best teams, and Manchester City, I think we'll all agree, is up there at the top. When we look at Manchester City potentially signing Ronaldo, you might raise your eyebrows at first because they don't tend to sign players that are over the age of 30. Ronaldo's going to be 37 next year. And he's got the body of someone much younger and he can still perform. So that won't be a problem. It's a short-term fix to an issue that they were potentially looking at Harry Kane to fix. For the long term, that doesn't look like it's something that's going to happen. Maybe that will happen a bit later on once he's out of his contract with Tottenham. Who knows? But I think that Ronaldo, if he's going to win, he doesn't want to go away to the MLS. He wants to go out on top, a champion. And if that's beating Lionel Messi to the Champions League, he's going to love that. But the people that won't love that, Manchester United fans, they're already in an emotional state, I can tell you, having spoken to a few of them.
It's to divide the city of Manchester, but it's all for the love of the game. I must say thank you so much, Adam. Thank you so much, Omar. Guys, you know what? If I wanted to stretch you guys, I would just ask who is better between Messi and Ronaldo. I'm not doing that. Thank you so much, guys, for doing this with us.
It's Messi. I agree.
So that's it. That's it with the European Champions League. Let's go back to Cecilia in Lagos with Bolu and take a look at what went down at the Paralympics. Cecilia, who is better, Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi?
I don't know why you're asking me that question. You know, if you do that, this show will not end. And you know there's news at 10 and commercials to run. So we're not going to do that on this program at all. But I'm going to ask Bolu concerning Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, if you take a look at what happened at the beginning, at the first game Juventus played, they left Cristiano Ronaldo out against Udinese. I mean, he was left out of the squad. And early hours of this morning, we knew that Jorge Mendes, the agent of Ronaldo, had to meet with executives of Juventus and everything. And of course, they said they wouldn't allow him to go without a fee. Now, you know, at first, when Messi was going to leave Barcelona, everyone muted that he was going to go to Manchester City. And now Ronaldo, he's leaving. And the story is, he's going to Manchester City. What if there's a U-turn? He decides to go to the red side of Manchester. I'm just thinking.
Well, if there's going to be a U-turn, maybe U-turn will be to PSG. I don't think he's going back to Manchester United.
He would not.
And City has everything, but they don't have the... One thing Ronaldo will do is exactly what Messi has done to PSG. The commercial will... Signing Ronaldo will be signing a company. Yeah. You are bringing an entire brand to your... Man City fans don't even wait till the end of the games, but when there's a certain Ronaldo, they will definitely sell out lots of shirts, lots of image rights. So it's more like beyond the field. If Messi doesn't get to play, the amount of money he has made for PSG is enough. If Ronaldo gets injured, the fact that he's coming to your club, fans will turn out, and now fans are back. So I think it's more like, what will these guys bring to the club? And like Adam said, he will win trophy. He has nothing to prove, but he has lots of things to win at Man City. So one thing is sure, even if they don't win the Champions League, he will definitely win. At the worst, he will win the Carabao Cup.
Okay, so I'm going to leave Cristiano Ronaldo's debate right here and quickly talk about what Team Nigeria are doing. at the Tokyo Paralympic Games. Now, early hours today, we woke up to the news that yes, not so early, like 9 a.m. or thereabouts. That's when you have the very first medal in Tokyo. Tijani Latifat, she won that medal, minus 45 kg, after a lift of 107. That's her third and final attempt. She attempted 117 to set the record, but then she did not succeed. But then it was a good way to start. We always talk about the fact that once a powerlifting starts, and then the medals will start rolling in. And that's the 71, making it 71 medals we've actually won at Paralympic Games. You can't count the one of Olympic Games, but then Paralympics, yes, is a 71, which is really huge for Team Nigeria. That's Tijani Latifat lifting that. The first one, yes, it was no lift, but then she bounced back and got a good lift. And before you know it, it was a gold medal.
That's the first, and we'll definitely get much more. I remember she was one of those that got back late, and we were excited. Same thing for Adeshok, who got back on Wednesday. Oh, these guys are here. It's about when. I remember she got silver in Rio. Then 2015, she won gold in African Games. Now, I like it when you have a vision to do much more. If she doesn't win gold, we still won't castigate. But she decided to go beyond silver. Now, they won't call her Olympic gold silver medalist. Now she's a gold medalist. It's always a choice to break records. But if you don't break records, even if you are probably not on the list of records, so long you have your gold medal, definitely this is the beginning of a new thing. And I like that she's the one who kicked off. Now we are getting deeper. I wish you can get more from other sports, but I don't mind if you get 20 gold medals from powerlifting. Okay.
But they are just 10, so they're not to the 20. Austin, I mean, you covered the World Championships in Lagos right here. You know, how they were able to, what these athletes, what they perform. And we knew from there that obviously we are going to have medals. But it's such a shame that we just have 10 athletes that are taking part in the powerlifting.
Yeah, and you could tell that even with those 10, if everything goes well, they will end up on the podium. Yakubu Adeshokon, for instance, was so close. I think he lost narrowly and finished fourth in his weight category, and that's a legend right there of our powerlifting, so I was rooting for him. But with Latifat, I was super confident that she was going to, go all the way. She won silver at the Rio 2016 Olympics, and she's been practicing. In fact, she's so mad at herself that she couldn't lift 117 because during training she lifts 121, 123. The world record stands at 108, and she lifted 107 to win gold. So with our power lifters, it's about getting better. And I know that each time they get an opportunity to compete, they do well. But guys, let's give a massive shout out to these guys that despite their conditions, different situations, their challenges, they go out there and give the country a good representation anytime they have an opportunity to do it. And I'm so super proud of them. Love them so much. They inspire a lot of people, and we hope that they continue to do well at the games.
All right, we'll hope they continue to do that. Let's get her reaction after having that lift, after winning that good medal.
Silver medal in Rio, and that's Rio 2016. I was crying when I take the silver, that the gold is mine, and I will collect my gold 2020 Olympics. And I thank God that Almighty Allah give it to me. In fact, all Nigeria, they were happy that have gold medalists in Olympics. They will be happy for me. And Nigeria, please, prepare for me. Yes, my mommy, my children, my junior brother, and my senior brother, everybody, they will prepare for me and they will be happy with me because everybody is waiting for me to bring this gold.
Everyone obviously waiting for you. Austin, I mean, you're having a laugh here. Even Bolu right here in the studio. She's such a character. I love her attitude towards that medal that she won.
Wait for Oluwafemi Ayo to win, and then you will see more, But I love it so much. So this guys. I told you, Cecilia, the other time that they give me soaked eyes whenever I talk about them because they inspire me in a lot of ways. They expose the power of sports. You know, I watch them train. I see how this sport brings joy to their lives, and I hope that we will do more to support our Paralympians because they always impress. And Bolu, I'm sure with what you know about these Paralympians, each time they have an opportunity to compete, you see the way they go at it.
Well, the definition of happiness is a choice. You choose what you want. There was an event in Lagos I think last month as well, when you saw para athletes excited to compete. I like that. I like when support comes in for them. Before at the Olympics, we were hearing win gold, you get this. There's not much support for these guys. Normally, we only see after the event, oh, let's give them a brand. And afterwards, everyone goes blank for ball. I like that they are still competing every chance they get, every opportunity they get. They go, like someone said, the conditions in Nigeria, just put everything into your craft and challenge everyone in the world. They are definitely going to come out of. And look at her and her humor. If you just saw the shot of the clip, you would think probably she's fully whole, but you will know she's disabled or an amputee. But they don't care. They are competing hard. They are fighting against the best in the world. This is not a Nigeria competition. This is not Africa. This is the Olympics. It means there's joy wherever they are. There's joy in what they are doing. She said everyone is happy for her, and the truth is the whole of Nigeria is happy for her. Every headline is Tijani Latifa won the first gold medal for Nigeria. First goal. No matter what anyone says, we are talking about Tokyo 2020 Paralympics. Her name is definitely coming out first, and I'm definitely rooting for others. I tell people jokingly, this is my own Olympics. The Olympics that was earlier is for Cecilia and Co. This is my own Olympics, and I'm really happy for them.
And
yeah, I think it's great to really be happy for these athletes. But let's listen to the president of the federation, Royal Ishaku, talking about how he had to promise these athletes money. Because once you do that, it kind of inspired them, boosts their morale, and what they intend to do going forward after the Paralympics.
I'm thrilled with their achievement. They did very well. They have made they're prepared, and they came here and proved that yes, they are really prepared for this competition. So I'm very, very happy for them. You know, Adeshokon tried actually. He came this morning from Nigeria. He arrived at the Games Village this morning. From the Games Village, he rested for just about 3 hours or so. Now straight to the warming up for getting prepared for the competition. So you know, he tried actually. Nobody ever expected that he can even lift up to that, but he has lifted. He came fourth position. It's a good thing. Even though we came with a small number of athletes this time, we came with just about 10 athletes, but I thank God, and definitely we are going to make Nigeria proud. From the 10 athletes, we will see the number of medals will come out with. I promise the powerlifters gold medalists will be given 100,000. Silver medalists will be given 70,000. The bronze medalists will be given 50,000. You know, when you give them this, it motivates them a lot. It challenges them.
For a continent rich in storytelling, news can sometimes be hard to find. Network Africa takes you deep into the heart of a continent, covering Africa like no other, with correspondence and analysis from across Africa and the world. Come with us on a journey to Africa as you know it, and what it could become. Network Africa, weekdays on Channels Television.
Time to quickly look at the medals table. Yes, we are doing that so early because we have a good medal. At the Olympics, we couldn't do that because we were just waiting for the time where we win something. We're named to be there. Yes, Nigeria is right there. China, as usual, leading the pack. Great Britain is following, of course. You have People Republic of, that's the Russian Paralympic Committee also there for China, 23, 17, 17, Great Britain. And then you have Nigeria. One good medal. Yes, that's what we were proud of. But that's all for the Paralympics, because we have to talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the team list. Let's take a look at the players. We have the usual suspect. Ahmed Musa, the captain, is there. Trust Ekong is also part of that team. 30 players in all. Nigeria will be playing the first game 3rd of September, which is next week, and the return leg will be on Tuesday, 7th of September. Yes, this is what is looking like from the goalkeepers. We start with Francis Uzoho. You have Daniel Akpeyi and Maduka Okoye. That's the usual suspect. Defenders, Chidozie Awaziem is also part of the squad. Kenneth Omeru is there, Leon Balogun is there, William Trust Ekong, Olaluwa Aino is also part of the squad, Jamil Collins is there, Abdullah Ishew is there, Zaidu Sanusi is also there, Kevin Akpogono is also part of the team. Midfielders, you have Oganekare Etebo, Wilfred Ndidi, Frank Oyeka, Joseph Aribo, and you go to forwards, we have Ahmed Musa, Alex Iwobi, Samuel Kalu, Victor Osime, Kelechi Iheanacho, and you have Paul Onuachu and Moses Simon. These are the players. Of course, you have 7 others, the likes of Tarim Murphy, Henry Onyekuru, Chidera Ejuke, Valentine Ozewonfo, you have Tyron Ebue, Kingsley Michael, and Innocent Bonka. And these are the players that will be prosecuting the game. We don't know when Genetra is going to come out with his final 23-man list, but then 30 players have been invited for that game against Liberia and Cape Verde. Austin, quickly.
Yeah, it's a good one. We talked about it briefly at the start of the show, and for me, I'd like to see more of Frank Onyeka and to an extent Joe Aribo. Let's start looking at options that we can have in that midfield just in case anything goes wrong, particularly with these new restrictions about not traveling to some countries. And I think Bolu will also agree to that, because it's time to start looking at ways that we can build a team that will be independent of any top player that is not available.
I thought out of the 30-man list, about 11 of them may not be available due to the red list from UK government, and that's 11 without the Scotland players. If we count the players in Scotland, that's Joe Aribo and Leo Balogun, it will be 13. It means we'll likely not have 13 players as from England, Spain, and Italy. I hope Ganero is taking that into consideration as well, because if out of 30, 13 are gone, that means you have only 17. Are we going to use 17? Interesting thing is they can play the first game in Lagos. But again, if you play the first game, then they travel back to that club because they can't go to Cape Verde Red Zone. So I believe he has his plans, but he won't have 30 players by next week. He will probably have 23. So out of 23, if 13 out of them are gone, what's your plan? But I'm waiting for the final list. It's next week. If you are still having 30 right now, it means there's still, probably there are still bots somewhere. I hope he gets to fix all this. And again, I still don't know why nobody thinks about Anthony Nwakeme. For like 6 years, he's been having double figures of goals in our 6- last season. Unfortunately, he never gets a call.
Okay,
no
look at your forwards. Paul Onuachu, Samuel Kalu, Kelechi Iheanacho, Victor Osime. Who are you going to drop for him?
I will conveniently drop Samuel Kalu without thinking twice.
Okay, Paul Onuachu, Victor Osime, and Kelechi Iheanacho. Who are you going to drop?
Okay, if it's Paul Onuachu, Osime will definitely play, because Osime is Ross' first choice. If he's fit, he will play. It's now dependent on Paul Onuachu. I think Iheanacho, we don't even know. Till now, I'm yet to know Iheanacho's position. Sometimes I think he's an attacking midfielder. Today, I think he's a winger up front. But I think Nwakeme needs a call as well. The likes of Juno Ajayo has won probably best foreign player in Egypt, I think twice. He got just 5 minutes or thereabout. But again, Roy is his job. He needs to, no matter who he calls up, if he delivers, people won't think about anyone you are missing. But if he doesn't deliver, that's when you start thinking it would have been better if you had called A or B.
Interesting. Let's go to London quickly to wrap up, because time is fast spent.
Cecilia, I totally agree with Bolu and Tony Nwakeme. I think it's just been unfortunate not to have, impressed when he had the chance in the Super Eagles. Cecilia, they love him so much at Trabzonspor that the fans made a statue for him.
Yeah.
I think he deserves to have a chance in the team. I'll end the show that way.
Okay. Bolu, thank you so much for coming again.
It's a pleasure here.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cecilia Mongbe. Have a great night, right?
In London, I'm Austin Okonakpan. Let's do this again tomorrow. But until then, in everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.